Hey everybody, welcome to A Game for Your Thoughts. Today we're talking about The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds was created by the original developers of the Fallout series, Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, and it was developed by Obsidian and published by Private Division. All right, the world of the Outer Worlds. There we go. Is a little confusing, so buckle up. So the all starts when big corporations never really get regulated on Earth, and so big corporations kind of start taking over Earth. And in the future, they start wanting to colonate different solar systems, different galaxies, planets like that. And with the creation of this thing called the skip drive, they're able to do that. So they adventure out into space into this colony called the Halcyon system. And two ships were sent out there, the Hope and the Groundbreaker. But the Hope never showed up; it mysteriously disappeared. Thanks to mad scientist Phineas Wells, you are awakened, the stranger from the Hope, and he informs you that the Halcyon system is collapsing, it's falling apart, things aren't working out too well, and so it's up to you to go out and adventure into the Halcyon system, find what problems are going on, and solve them. So the story of the Outer Worlds is actually really rad. I actually enjoyed exploring this world, and one of my favorite things was the lore and the world that this game built. It was really incredible, and I enjoyed exploring and figuring out things and just diving into the lore. The worlds were really engaging and really intriguing, and I just liked the idea of big corporations running everything. It was definitely a social commentary on kind of the way things are going. I mean, looking at you, Disney. And so it's a really kind of cool look at what the future could be if we kind of let companies kind of just keep taking over. It was really intriguing. I really loved exploring this world and just kind of digging into the lore. Right away, I was super invested. I wanted to explore every inch of this world, and I was pretty damn close. I mean, the quest takes you all over the place, and my urge for adventure, my desire to go and find all the lore and to just figure out as much as I could about this world kept me going. I explored almost everything I could find, and it was really engaging and really entertaining the whole time. So the people that made this game are the same people that made Fallout New Vegas, and you can definitely see the parallels between the two games. If you played Fallout New Vegas, I guarantee you're gonna like the Outer Worlds. The writing is very, very similar. It's just got a good sense of humor. It's like kind of dark, but also has like a fun kind of charm to it. And this game is very charming. Right away, I was chuckling. There was like little things thrown in here and there that were really funny, and just kind of the way that the game carried itself. It definitely had kind of a dry but dark sense of humor, and I really appreciated it. It made it really engaging to want to talk to everyone, just to hear all the weird things they had to say. The writing was really clever, and one of my favorite pastimes ended up being going around and just talking to people and just seeing what fun conversations I could have. The branching dialogue choices are really great. I love seeing what even my character had to say. Some things were really, really funny, and it was really entertaining just running around and just talking to people just because the writing was so well done. I really enjoyed the writing. It just was really awesome, and it just carried a good charm through the whole entire game. At certain points, you can use your dialogue skills to kind of bypass certain situations, and the logic in these is actually really funny. There's some really funny situations. You're like, that doesn't make any sense at all, but it works. Excuse me, sir, I really need to get through here for reasons. Sorry, sir, this is a restricted area. I can't let you through. All right, oh, I heard your wife's having a baby. You better go get to her. I'm pretty sure she needs you right away. You better get over there. Damn it, you're right. I better get over there as soon as possible. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'll be over there right away. Wait a minute. I don't have a wife. Whatever. I'm pretty sure I had like several conversations that went something like that. It was really just kind of a big leap in logic, but it was just kind of funny. Just fit right in with the charm and the humor of the game, and it worked, and it was fine. But definitely big stretches in humor and trying to get past those guards with your persuasion, but it works. The main story of this game is definitely not very long. It doesn't take you very long. If you were to just focus on the main story, this game wouldn't take too long. But actually, one of the best part of the Outer Worlds is its side quests. The same thing could be said about Fallout New Vegas. The side quests are really one of the better parts of that game, and the same thing here applies to the Outer Worlds. I loved the side quests. Some of my favorite moments and activities and side quests I took part of were secondary to the main story. The writing of these side quests was really well done, and a lot of them had some really fun twists and were really wacky. And I really enjoyed just talking to every character I could to find as many side quests as I could because they were all really entertaining. I loved just going out and finding wacky characters to do wacky things for, and it was just really fun. And there's lots of really fun and unique characters all over this world. I loved just meeting as many characters as I could because a lot of them were really, really cool. I mean, there were some really memorable ones too, like a black market trader who reminds me of my grandma, or there's like this faith leader who has a dark secret that you got to figure out. It was really, really cool, and I just loved talking to every character I could because they all just had something really interesting to say thanks to the awesome writing, and it led to some really awesome side quests. Not much more can be said about the story without really going into like spoilerish stuff. I mean, there isn't like any like big spoilers in this game, but I really enjoyed my time with this story. It was really good, and I thought the writing was incredible. I love this game's charm, sense of humor, things like that. The characters were really, really fun. I loved talking to and meeting every character I possibly could. And in the end, I really enjoyed my time with this story. It just reminded me a lot of why I like the Obsidian Fallout games or even the original ones. It's so well written, and the characters are really engaging and really fun, and the side quests are really incredible and super memorable. And you had to make a lot of really tough choices in this game, especially early on. I went back and forth about a lot of the choices early on in the game, and it was really engaging. It just was really hard to make some of these choices because you didn't know exactly what kind of effects it would have, what long-term effects. And it was really good because you could definitely balance your options and look at the positive and negatives to both sides. I mean, it was really good. The choices you had to make were really tough, and I really appreciated that. As it just was, it made it hard. There was really a lot of tough choices in this game, and I really appreciated that. The Outer Worlds plays very, very similar to Fallout. There are a few changes, but I mean, comparing the Outer Worlds and Fallout, it's really hard not to do because they're very, very similar to each other. I mean, you have a big open RPG world to go and explore. There's lots of characters and quests and places to go. You have to fight against marauders and feral animals and just cool places like that. So it is very, very similar to Fallout. So if you're a fan of the Fallout series, you're definitely going to want to play the Outer Worlds because they just play so similarly. But the Outer Worlds has a few different things that make it stand out, make it a little bit more unique. The combat in the Outer Worlds remind me a lot of Fallout 4 in the sense of that it's kind of action heavy, but also does a great job of kind of balancing its RPG mechanics. And I had a lot of fun with the combat. It just was really entertaining as there was lots of really awesome enemies and places you go, it leads to really cool combat encounters, things like that. And it's helped by the companions that you have really cool special moves that can help turn the tide into your favor. And speaking of turning the tide into your favor, since you were frozen in hibernation sleep, when you wake up, you also get these weird space powers or something like that. I don't know, but it's called the time. Oh, okay, hold up, I gotta read this one. Okay, tactical time dilation system. And it's basically VATS. It just slows everything down and lets you kind of aim and move around. And I actually like this because it was different enough from VATS. It didn't like pause the action, let you select specific body parts. It just slows down time and lets you aim. You can figure out certain weaknesses and where shooting specific parts on a person will affect them in certain ways, like headshots make them blind so they can't really see, and things like that. And I really actually enjoyed this as it made it different. It wasn't the exact same thing as Vaults. It was something different and I appreciated it, but it's basically the same thing. Like I said a second ago, you can get companions, and I really actually enjoyed the companions in this game. There was only like 5 or 6 of them, and I actually liked the kind of the system of how they had it laid out. And finding them wasn't too difficult too. And each one had like a specific character quest, which I actually really liked because it let you kind of get to know the character a little bit more, and you can talk to them and learn a little bit more about their characters, things like that. And I actually enjoyed this. I made it a little bit more personal. Pavarti was absolutely my favorite, easily by far. She just was really awesome, and I felt like she developed the most, and I actually really enjoyed her side quest. And it was great. I really enjoyed the companions. There were like a few of them that I just really like didn't care for, but like the main ones that I always had with me, I really cared for them, and it was really awesome. And I really enjoyed the companion system. The thing I probably like the most about the companion system is you can select your companions and give them new weapons and armor and kind of just keep them upgraded so that they are helpful to you the entire time. If you don't upgrade them at all, they're going to be pretty useless. But if you keep them upgraded, keep giving them new weapons, new armor, and just kind of keep them up to date in kind of the leveling system, you're going to be great. They're going to be really helpful, and you're going to be glad that you have your companions there to help you out. As you complete quests, do objectives, defeat enemies, and do a few other things around the world, you gain experience points, and you can use these experience points to level up. And every time you level up, you get some skill points, and you can throw these skill points into the many different skills this game has. And I found a lot of them to be very useful, and you can definitely kind of tailor it to how you want, whatever kind of character you want. So like I mainly focused on like handguns, lockpicking, and hacking. They were really useful, and I really liked just kind of the system because it had specific kind of like bonuses once you hit specific skill levels in these specific skills. It's a lot of skills. And every even level in this game, you get a perk point. And at first, I was super excited. I was like, oh, cool. This is basically the same thing as Fallout New Vegas. Every other level, you get a perk. And at first, I was really excited. I was looking at the perks. I'm like, oh, these look great. And I spent like the first like 10 levels, and I like picked all the perks I wanted. And then kind of after that, I just was like, well, I guess I have a few perk points. I don't know what I want. I just kind of really had to just spend my perk points on stuff I didn't really care for. I definitely very quickly kind of lost my interest in the perk points because I got all the ones I wanted. And then after that, I just was basically picking perks just to spend my points. There weren't very many exciting skills. And I liked how they did the system. I mean, it was essentially Fallout New Vegas, and I liked that system. The perks they offered weren't too terribly interesting at a certain point, and that was kind of a bummer for me. One thing I've always enjoyed about these RPG games similar to Fallout is the variety and just the way you can approach several different situations depending on what character you have, and the Outer Worlds has that. And I think this game did a really great job of kind of balancing everything. You can definitely go into a situation with your guns out, you can go in sneaking and hacking and lockpicking, or you can just try to talk your way out of every single situation. It was really great as it just offered a lot of variety. I almost wanted to go back through and play the game several times just so I could try all the different pathways. I'm definitely going to at some point in time just because I just like the variety. I could approach situations in so many different ways, and the dialogue options could lead you to several different pathways. And I really like just the variety. It led to lots of replayability of just wanting to go back and explore and try the different things. And it was really cool. I appreciated that about the Outer Worlds. Graphically, this game looks pretty good. I actually really enjoyed looking up at the skies. The skies in the Outer Worlds are gorgeous. They just have amazing, just cool, starry, asteroidy, belty, spacey look, and it just was really fun to look at, and it led to some really great views. But character model wise and stuff like that, they all move and look pretty great. I actually really thought that they did a good job with the character models, and when you're talking to someone, it kind of like zooms in on them, and they do have like a weird like lighting sometimes. You're like, wow, you are glowing, my friend. You look very bright, and that was kind of the biggest thing graphically, where I was just like, wow, okay. But yeah, but technically, I didn't really ever have any problems. There was maybe like once or twice when the frame rate dipped a little bit, but like all in all, it all ran pretty great. I have heard there was lots of technical issues on some other ends, but from my experience, I rarely found any, if any at all. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. When I was writing my review, I didn't think of any, so that was great. That made the experience even more enjoyable. My time with the Outer Worlds was very well spent. I absolutely recommend this game. It was a really great time, and I think Obsidian did a fantastic job of creating a really cool world that I was super engaged in. I loved this world of the Outer Worlds. It was really just fun to just dive into, explore every inch of it as I could, and the writing was really spectacular. I loved talking to every character. I loved exploring every single place I could, and it just was really well put together. The gameplay was super solid. There's a lot of variety. The perk system was good. It just didn't have very many exciting perks to be excited about, but I liked the skills it offered. I liked the just kind of creativity you can make with your character. And I really appreciated the companion system in the sense that you could level up your companions and give them new weapons and gear, just kind of keep them even to you so that they didn't fall too far behind and become kind of inconsistent. And I thought that they were really engaging with each of them having their own specific quest that kind of help you learn a little bit more about their character. And gameplay wise, I thought the combat was really good. The time dilation system, whatever it's called, the TTD, I think, yeah, TTD. Let's go with that. I actually really liked it. It was really cool. I mean, it's the same thing as VATS, but it changed it up enough that it was different. And I think the thing that I like the most about the Outer Worlds is it reminds me a lot of Fallout. It's very familiar. Wow. It's very familiar. It's something you've kind of played before, but it's different enough to warrant you playing. I think the Outer Worlds is definitely a step in the right direction. I think if Obsidian were to definitely make like a sequel to the Outer Worlds or something similar, I think they've definitely tested the waters with the Outer Worlds. They know that people are into something like this. They would totally go for it. And I think that's great. If they put as much polish and love into this game as they do a sequel to the Outer Worlds or something similar in a different setting or something like that, I would absolutely buy it. I think these guys are fantastic writers. The sense of humor is great. The charm. This game knows what it is. And I really appreciate that. And I really enjoyed my entire experience with the Outer Worlds. It was so much fun from start to finish, and I can't wait to dive right back into it. So if you're a fan of Fallout, if you're a fan of RPGs, or you just want a great adventure, the Outer Worlds is absolutely for you, and I highly recommend you go out and support Obsidian. Give them your money. Show them that you want more stuff like this, because it's not a loot box filled garbage mess that's plagued the gaming industry. This is a very well crafted game that is absolutely worth your time and money. So yes, absolutely, I would highly recommend you go and check out the Outer Worlds. Hey, thank you so much for watching my review on the Outer Worlds. I hope you liked it. If you want to help me out, hit subscribe, like, and the bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I can't talk today. This is brutal. So while you guys are down there, if you want to leave me a comment, what was your favorite experience in the Outer Worlds? Tell me a fun little story of like how you tried to sneak in somewhere and it just didn't work out, and so you had to shoot your way out. I had that happen, and it was a party. And or just one of your favorite side quests, your favorite character, thing like that. Just let me know something about the Outer Worlds down below. And if you want to go check me out over on Twitch, I'm streaming on Twitch all the time at twitch.tv/agameforyourthoughts. So go over there and check me out and come have some fun. So we'll catch you guys next time on A Game for Your Thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.